Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Taz, and this is the intro podcast, Moment in the Spotlight. This story has been going on too long, y'all. Let's stop. We need to stop it. Let's go to the AtlantaBlackStar.com. It seems like most celebrities can't avoid being asked about the infamous slap heard around the world when Will Smith walked on stage and smacked Chris Rock while he was presenting the next category at the 94th Annual Academy Awards. Not even Smith's longtime friend, DJ Jazzy Jeff. During an appearance at Dorian's through the record shop in Chicago earlier this month, the 57-year-old defended the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star during a discussion with WGCI Morning Show's host, Kyle Santillan, telling the host that it was a lapse of judgment. He goes on and say, I think the thing that I realize is I don't know how many people have had the least amount of lapse of judgment in him. Jazz further argued that Smith has been in the spotlight and faced a lot of scrutiny most of his career without ever losing his cool. Jazz says, I can name 50 times where he should have smacked the out of somebody, and he didn't. The veteran recording producer stated. He added, so for him to have a lapse of judgment, he's human. I think a lot of the criticism comes from the people who don't think people have a human side. Let's go a little further. It says Smith has found much support from those who've watched him over his 3-decade-long career, including Denzel Washington, who was spotted comforting the King Richard star shortly after assaulting Chris Rock for making the joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. Let's just stop right there. For more information about this story, you can go to AtlantaBlackStar.com. I understand that part. I often tell people, or I was raised up, my mom used to always say, pressure bust a pipe. Pressure, excuse me, absolutely bust a pipe. And I think that this is probably one of those situations, again, and now I'm actually speaking more about this, but this is one of those things where I guess after so long of being under the spotlight and being scrutinized, for your marriage. Let's not even get on the acting or the music, but just your marriage in general. I know before this, the big thing was the whole August Alsina situation. And I've been seeing where a lot of people have been posting or making comments. You didn't have this kind of energy for August or whatever. Well, I'll say this. We don't know what the conversation or what the agreement or whatever it is, whatever, with Jada and Will regarding the August situation. Of course, we've all speculated that they had an open relationship, or we all have speculated that Will knew about it and didn't have a problem, but then we saw him on the red table talking, Will crying, yada, yada, yada. So we understand what we see, but we don't know what they're saying. Pressure busts a pipe, man. Think about everything that Will has had to go through his whole entire life. All the people that have talked about him, the people who have left him, the people who haven't believed in him, the personal things. If you've had an opportunity to read his book, and I say this loosely, I can be wrong, but Will has been suffering with self-esteem from the very, very beginning, as he explains in his book that he's always felt like a coward, because he wasn't able to defend his mother earlier in life whenever his father was abusing her. He also goes on to say that his entire life has been one big act. It's like his whole entire life, he's literally been the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he was unable to get out of himself to really get to be who he know he really was. You have to understand that during the time that he was doing Fresh Prince, even in his songs, his regular music, he wasn't cussing or doing anything, probably because, you have that contract that says as long as you're representing this network, this TV show or whatever, there's certain things you can or can't do. So you have to suppress a whole bunch of things. You have to suppress a whole bunch of feelings, a whole bunch of emotions that you really want to get out, but you can't because the contract and that bag says you cannot do. after so long, you can only, you can only hold that for so long. Um, I do agree and say that a lot of what may have happened probably didn't necessarily only have to do with what Chris Rock said about Jada. There's probably some more situations that's connected to that. But again, I say pressure bust a pipe. This man has been in show business forever and has been going up against scrutiny, whether it was his music or movies that failed or the marriage and the misunderstanding of what that looked like for a very long time. And maybe he just got tired. I don't know. But do me a favor, tell me what you think about it. You can go on social media, on Facebook, you can go to Facebook is the Intro Dallas Podcast 2. No, the Intro Dallas Podcast or the Intro Podcast 2. On Instagram, it's SMG Officially. Twitter is SMG Officially. And on YouTube, it is the Intro Podcast. Let me know what you think. Holla at your boy. Oh, today's show was sponsored by Diane Clines. She is an independent associate with LegalShield, offering legal services starting at $29.95 and identity theft starting at $19.95 a month. They also provide a will, living will, assist with moving violations, contract reviews, consultation, and so much more. If you want more information about this service, contact Diane Clines at 214-881-5225 or go to dsclines.ladiesofjustice.com.